Everybody, what's up? This is your host, CB Baker, coming at you once again with another episode of Conquering Dreams. Thank you all so much for supporting me and what I'm trying to do. And also, thank you for listening. And I hope this information is helpful. Today, I wanted to talk about something that was very interesting that happened to me a couple weeks ago. And the subject is one band, one sound. And my kids was walking around chanting for a candy. And they was just in sync with one another. And my wife goes, one band, one sound. And we was all just laughing. And I gave my kids, some candy. But it really got me to thinking about the movie, what that came from, which was Drumline. So I was thinking about what was going on in the movie and all the conflict that was going on and what made the leader of the band instructor to say, one band, one sound. Now, you may be thinking where I'm going with this, with teamwork and things like that, but I got one little tweak to this, which is one band, one sound is, are you personally in that same space of one band, one sound? What I mean by that is, are you truly focused on what you truly want? Now, you've heard me say before that the what I've gotten from my pastor who's been mentoring me for years, it says your actions follows your beliefs. Now, with all that being said, are you actually doing what you want to do? Are you focused? Are you one band, one sound? And what I mean by that is, do you fall prey to the next thing that's coming around? Do you go chase after that? Are you easily distracted in what you are distracted from what you're trying to do? Is social media distracting you? Is your family distracting you? Distractions come in so many different facets. It's so crazy. And there was one meme on the internet that was like, if a distraction, you don't know a distraction is a distraction until it's distracted you. So are you being distracted? Are you one band, one sound? And one thing that you can always see in teams and organizations that do well, that excel, everybody has the same goal. And usually they're in sync with one another. You can go from the New England Patriots, the Yankees back in the day, even down to Dale Earnhardt in NASCAR when they was winning all those championships and winning all those races, Kyle Busch in NASCAR. Look at how they just methodically every year are in the hunt to win the championship. And think about what they encompass. It really truly is one band, one sound. They set a goal out for that year. They set a plans in place to be able to get it. And everybody on that team, down from the top person at the top, the general manager, the president, owner, down to the person who is folding towels, has one mission, one band, one sound. Let's get it done. Are you one band, one sound? So when you get up in the morning, are you feeding yourself a bunch of negative energy by watching the morning news, which you know is already going to be negative? Are you looking at negative things on the internet? Are you scrolling past stuff on social media and you see people fighting, a group of kids or people fighting in a bar, or the parents fighting at a soccer game, and you're watching that and you're going, ooh, look at that. But then you don't realize that negative energy is getting inside you. So, normally I just scroll past it. And if somebody I'm following keeps posting stuff like that, I unfollow them. It's okay. It is your life. One band, one sound. If you're trying to live a positive, uplifting life, you can't keep taking in negative things. Then that's not mean that you go out and help people that you don't help people in a negative situation. What I'm talking about is you partaking in those negative situations along with the person that's being negative. That's not helping them. You're joining along with them. And you have to be one band, one sound when it comes to talking with people on an everyday basis, because people are walking around miserable and they don't know how to get out of it. So the only thing they do is basically tune in to how can I make somebody else miserable? But they don't even realize that they're doing it. But you have to understand when you're in that space that, hey, I'm not feeling tight right. Something is wrong. Something's off with me. I'm not happy. Or I'm not happy as I want to be. So therefore, you got to change what you're doing and take a look around your environment, right? Take a look around. What's going on in your environment? Are you getting a bunch of negative energy every day in, day out? And if you are, remove those negative energies. Remove yourself out of that space and put yourself in a space that is positive for you. Now, I understand this is a message that you may have heard 1,000 times and don't really know you get the negative side of it, but the positive side of it is, hey, you're getting to know yourself when you're calm, peaceful. And people will often say, well, I've never been at peace. When you get there, you'll know it. Because we've been so ingrained in negative energy that when we have something peaceful, it seems out of the ordinary. It seems strange. So we go seek something that's more drama filled, to fill ourselves with some drama, or go get that cup of tea, so to speak. I gotta have the tea, gotta have the gossip. No, you don't. Chill out. Leave that negative energy alone. So you got to learn to understand what makes you at peace. So then you can then start moving towards one band, one sound with yourself. So then when you're controlling your 24 inches around you, your environment, which is in your space, right? You controlling you, then a lot of things in life starts to get clearer. You start seeing opportunities arise more often. Then you also know what opportunities are for you and what opportunities are not for you, because you know what you're trying to do. You have one goal, what you're trying to get accomplished, or goals and a certain set of things that you're trying to get done that you basically hone in on to what you're trying to get done. So you don't get distracted by certain things. Like if you're trying to start a restaurant and you meet somebody in your endeavors of networking that is a singing artist and is looking for an investor for them, and you have this lump sum of money and you know you're going to have another $10,000 left over, are you going to go invest in the singing artist, or are you going to put that money into your restaurant? A lot of people will say, oh, let me help this person out, or I can maybe get on this too. And then you put your 10 grand that you had extra into them and it goes nowhere. And then next thing you know, 3 months down the line, you need $10,000 because the hood went out in your kitchen that's over your stove. And they're like, well, this is a $10,000 fix. Do you have your $10,000? No, you don't, because you wasn't one band, one sound with yourself. It is okay to tell people no. It's okay to say, hey, thank you for the opportunity, but no thanks, I'm doing this over here. But if I find somebody else or run across somebody that I think can benefit from that opportunity, I will definitely shoot them your way. That is that one little piece right there that's missing out of most networking opportunities. A lot of people don't tell the actual truth. Either they don't respond, or they just say, oh, this is not for me, and then don't really try to help them go any further. You know, you got to learn how to communicate and then accept when a person is not a rejection, but telling them, hey, this is what I don't need that. Thank you, but no thanks. You know, so be upfront with people and be cordial, be polite, but be upfront, and you'll be amazed at how your relationship with them goes much further. Think about all the things in life that you have that you've accomplished, right? Most of the time you have a greater appreciation for things that took more, that was harder to get done than it was easier to get done. Like, remember when you had your first car, and if you wasn't well off and you had a beater or a hoopty, when you finally got it and then you broke down or something didn't work on it, you fixed it, you was proud of fixing it, and you was proud of your car, your first car that you got. And then think about that moment, right? Now think about when you got your first real job and you was in a career and you said, okay, I'm going to get a new car. Remember that moment when you got your first brand new car, you got in it and that smell hit you and all that was going through that moment where and you've been driving for maybe 5-10 years already, right? Constantly, but you couldn't wait to get into your new car and to drive it. And for most guys, they was waiting to hear that sound system, or they go take it somewhere to put more sound in it and, or put rims on it back in the day when people, did that type of thing. Remember that feeling? It was great because it's what you wanted. It was focused on you, what you wanted. So think about those moments, and that's how you will feel once you get one band, one sound, and you start moving in the right direction of everything in your life. Now, thank y'all so much. I just wanted to talk to y'all real quick about that one thing. I'm looking forward to getting back into the groove of things. Once again, thank y'all so much for taking a listen to Conquering Dreams show with your host, CB Baker. This is me, CB. Till next time.